I was talking to a colleague of mine, Gyal Hernandez, and he said that, yeah boy, we're in the age of nostalgia, especially when it comes to Gen Z. And with the number of remakes you hear on the Soca circuit this year, it seems that Soca artists are aware of that too. Last Train, written by Mical Teja and Michael Montano, feeds from Last Train to San Fernando, a 1950s song. The original version, written by Sylvester De Vere, Randolph Padmore, and Mighty Dictator, aka, well, Kenny St. Bernard, aka Mighty Dictator. That was the first song by Johnny Duncan. The Calypso version that I'm more familiar with was recorded by Cecil Anderson, known as the Duke of Iron, and as far as I recognize, that was the Calypso-like version. But Teja certainly has a unique spin on it, and now I want to know, where's the poetry in Last Train to San Fernando? Well, I'll let you know before we go further into any poetry, like the video, share it with somebody, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We need your subscriptions. We're going for 2,000 this season. Now let me go into Last Train. The storytelling is epic, as has become a trait with Mical Teja. Now and again, Soca artists get with these intriguing stories. So here we have our protagonist in search of this love interest. The love interest is hinged to the antagonist, Mr. Moneyman, unnamed. And the train is the symbol of bridging that gap and returning to that love, or him pursuing that love. The persona in the piece, he get a 2 a.m. call from a woman because according to him, it's Bacchanal the woman want 2 a.m. I wonder what kind of Bacchanal is take place at 2 a.m. boy. Them hours of the morning. That had to be a serious Bacchanal. But we can't figure it out. The evidence in the text. The persona, remember the persona is the character in the poem. That person engaged in a conversation with themselves. He's saying, I thought this was the girl I want. I thought she was meant for me. But when I check the scene, she's a bride to be. Just like the old version of the song. So he mapped the same storyline and he continued it. After his pensiveness and his whole individual diatribe, the man jumped on a train and started to head to San Fernando. Not to marry the woman, but to thief her wine on her. That is what the chorus is all about. Now that catch me, because I swear this woman was the one for him. Then I sure he go and beg she back, but like he and all give up on the love. He and all give up. He say, hey, the only thing could happen is a thief wine here, and we'll see more evidence of how that unfold a little later. He tell her unlock the door, open the window. It's a sneaky vibe, a sneaky link. And then we have a lot of going down, which is instructions, as you must have in Soca, go down there, right there. But also that's double entendre, which of course is the sexually charged pun. So that go down can mean anything you want it to mean. Whatever you want it to mean. So verse 2, he take 4 hours. It's 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock he get the call. Well, I don't know if he jump on the train one time, but his whole time days, the trip long, and the lady sneaking through the back here and people muttering, and again the saddest started to feel guilty. The adultery started to hurt him. He expresses to the woman that, you have a money man right there. Look how your bills done pay. And you're still playing games. Nobody wins at the end of the day. If you know, I like that part of the song, because that part of the song really engages in the internal conflict of this character. I think it's a strong message. The persona recognize that, you know, beyond the Bacchanal that the woman want, this ain't really resulting in nothing good for we. This ain't doing nothing good for we. He's now certain that this is not love and that he is not the one. However, for some reason unbeknown to me, he still decides to participate, because at the end of the day, a man is a man, and in that moment it had not to be anything but a man. Those who know, know. All here, verse 3. We get 3 verses of storytelling. Thank you, Mical Teja. Even on she wedding day, look, she's still calling, man. That is crazy. Why on her wedding day? Anyway, that is part of the narrative. So at the end of the last verse, he seemed to have decided to engage in the adultery. In the end of verse 2, they went and do their thing. Now the woman begging him to stay. How we go stay? He again reminds himself that the rightful man should be respected. Right? Come back again. Nobody wins at the end of the day. Now maybe the storytelling could have been advanced a little bit, because we get the same sentiment in verse 2, kind of more or less repeated in verse 3, but I'm still glad we get 3 verses, and the verses were able to really extend or go deeper into the internal conflict. We love a good narrative. I think this is a solid 8.2 out of 10 on the poetry scale. Where's the poetry? There's the poetry in last 3, you know.